Hey everyone, welcome to the Sustain the Range podcast. I'm Lauren, your host, and this podcast is a personal exploration of my experiences in everything ranching. From beef operations to training horses to sustainable farming and regenerative practices, we'll cover it all. Each episode features enlightening conversations with guests who bring their unique perspectives and expertise. Whether they're seasoned ranchers or first-generation farmers, we all share a common bond and deep appreciation for the land and the livestock we raise. Tune in each week for engaging discussions, inspiring stories, and practical insights from the ranching community, and let's embark on this incredible journey together. And welcome to another episode. So this week's episode is just going to be a solo one. I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on what's been going on over here. And, it will just be a short, quick one, but, I wanted to release something this week, and I have some amazing interviews scheduled to release in the next few weeks. I've been interviewing some amazing guests. I've talked to some wonderful people, some really knowledgeable people, some people that are just making leaps and bounds in the ranching industry, and, everybody from horse trainers to journalists and people who are being a voice for ranchers and farmers to some really knowledgeable cattlemen. And it's been really cool to talk to these people, and I just really love meeting people, hearing people's stories, and having them share their knowledge in this industry. So so those will be released in the next few weeks, but for today it's just going to be a quick short one. And so let's just get into it. Over the last few months it's been a little bit of a whirlwind, but it's been good. Some ups and downs, some challenges, but some good things at the same time too. So since I released kind of my last solo episode, I was visiting family in New Hampshire, and then I went back to Montana for about a month and a half, and I was helping out with the Montana ranch and seeing some friends and loved ones, and it's been really fun. I was helping out with calving season over there, got to ride some different horses, do some good cow moves, and the calving season was going pretty well. There were a few lost calves, unfortunately. Had to pull a calf, and that one didn't make it. It was a pretty big calf. So it's always a bummer and always tough, but other than that, things have been going well in terms of calving. And like I said, I've been able to ride some different horses, some friends' horses, and that's been really fun. It's always great to ride and get on different horses and get a different feel for them. So, and what else did I do? Just did a lot. A lot of ranching stuff, and then, like I said, got to see some friends and hang out. I went to my first semen testing for a bull, which was cool. I actually really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I got to help out with the process. The vet kind of let me get my arm in there as the testing was going on and kind of feel around for what I'm supposed to feel, and got to help out with the process there, and got to look under the microscope at the semen sample, which was really wild because it blew my mind when he told me that in one little droplet, after you take the semen test, the vet will put it under the microscope, and you have to look for activity. And it's really hard to tell at first, but once your eyes get adjusted as you're looking through the microscope, it's wild. You see all these little, very, very tiny dots, and they're all just kind of running around, moving around in circles and everything. And that's a good sign because it shows that they're active and, fertility. But he told me that any semen sample could have upwards to, and don't quote me on this number, like over 100,000 sperm in there over this one little tiny droplet, which is pretty wild. I didn't know that before, and I read something yesterday, and it said something like a young bull can have like 60 billion sperm per week, which is wild. So, and again, don't quote me on those numbers, but they're pretty big numbers for what you would think. So, yeah, and the vet kind of just explained the process to me, and how it all works, and it's really, really neat to learn. So I had never done that before, and just, like I said, kind of seeing the process, and, for testing bulls, for those that have no idea what I'm talking about or why I'm talking about semen samples at the moment, you want to test your bulls to make sure that they're fertile. You also can take, testing for a disease called trick, and make sure that your bulls aren't carrying it. That is a sexually transmitted disease. So for the bulls that we did in Montana, we actually didn't take those tests because they are young bulls. So they haven't had the chance to contract that yet. But yeah, so it was, like I said, just another part of the process, and it was good to be able to be a part of it and see how it goes. So that was fun. And then what else? Yeah, just like I said, had a lot of riding time, which was great. Rode some green horses, and then some older ranch horses, which was good. And yeah, and then I am currently at my new job in Colorado. So I left Montana last week, and yesterday was my second day on the job here in Colorado, and it's been amazing so far. I've done quite a bit over the last few days. Everything from fixing fence to pulling fence posts with the skid steer. Got to ride one of the ranch horses here with one of the horse trainers. Just got to see the property. It's a pretty decent sized property, and just got the tour, and have been slowly meeting everybody here that is part of the staff, and everybody is very, very nice. So that's been cool. And I apologize if there's any background noise. My dogs are up and walking about. I'm in my new little cabin here on the ranch, and it's a little cozy place, a little tiny, but it's good. Yeah, so have been seeing the different cow herds and different ranch horse herds. So yesterday, I feel like I've done so much over the last few days, I don't even really remember everything. I actually got to witness another semen test yesterday, too. The vet came over and semen tested about 9 bulls, so that was good. Had to dehorn a couple of them. But yeah, it's been fun just learning the ropes and kind of getting thrown into it, but all's really well here. And one thing I wanted to say is something that's been coming up for me over the last few days is, anytime that we are doing something that is new, or we're putting ourselves in an uncomfortable situation, it can be a little emotional at times. I know for me, the last couple days, it's been learning all new things. Every ranch operation is so different. Things are run differently. You're meeting new people. You have a little bit of a learning curve. You're learning a new property. You're learning different animals. So it's a big adjustment. And I think this can apply to anything that you might be going through, whether you're starting a new job, whether you move to a new place. I've moved around a little bit for jobs, and there have been a couple of times in my life where I've wanted to move to a certain place, and fortunately I have had remote jobs that I was able to do that. And so moving around kind of seems a little bit normal to me right now. It doesn't really faze me as much as it did the first 1 or 2 times that I moved. But I've always had a little bit of an adventurous spirit. But this time around, it was a little bit different because I was leaving a place that I really, really love, and obviously people that I love, and coming to a new place, a new ranching operation, it can feel a little overwhelming. So I've just really been trying to remind myself to take things, hour by hour. And I've caught myself a few times thinking, oh my goodness, did I make a wrong decision because I'm feeling a little bit homesick, or I'm feeling like I want to go back to where I came from. And I think we have to really make sure that we're aware of those kinds of emotions when they come up, because those can just be feelings. And yeah, feelings can tip us off to certain things in our lives, but I think when we're putting ourselves in an uncomfortable situation, our tendency is to look for comfort. We're human, right? So our tendency is to look for comfort, and we want to not feel that uncomfortable feeling. So we will say, oh, okay, like I want to go back to where it was comfortable. But I encourage anybody who might be feeling this way, whether you're on a new ranch, whether you're starting a new job or going through something really challenging right now, or things feel unknown, to just take it slow, be aware of those thoughts, and just realize that it's completely normal. Stepping out of our comfort zones isn't an easy thing, but it is necessary because that's how we grow. And I just want to remind anybody that is feeling that way that if you're starting to feel stuff come up, that it's all right, and it is just some emotions that you've got to go through, and some emotions that you have to feel and just kind of let them pass. And when you feel that deep down gut feeling that you made the right decision and you are in the right place, which is what I feel right now, then you know that you did make the right decision. And just looking back and is our way of trying to mitigate that uncomfortableness. So yeah, that's just been something I've been experiencing, and I've just been trying to remind myself of things that I'm grateful for, and stay in like a positive mindset of looking forward of all of the things that I'm going to learn, seeing how a new operation works, meeting new animals, getting to work with different animals, getting to work with different breeds. So that is just something I wanted to share. And other than that, there isn't really much else to share. It's just all ranching stuff and just kind of going through the day-to-day, seeing and doing different projects. I also have a little bit of news that I have started a marketing company. So I will be sharing this more, sharing more information about this in the next few months. But I am the proud owner of Copper Moon Marketing Company. So my goal for this marketing company is to work with farms and ranches with their marketing. Just for the sole fact that a lot of farms and ranches don't really have time to do marketing, and we need more farms and ranches to be able to be found and to be seen and to share their stories and to be a voice for them. So, I've kind of had this come full circle over the last several months, and just the work that I did with the Montana Ranch when I had taken over their marketing, it just really led me to this place where I have been wanting to start my own business for a while, but wasn't quite sure, which direction to go, and this just fell into place. We'll be starting off a little bit slower right now, just with 1 or 2 clients, just because I am here at this ranch and I want to give this ranch my full attention. But this will just be something that We'll start off a little slow for the next few months. But I am very, very excited. I have a lot of big goals for this company and a lot of dreams on what this could grow into. And I'm very, very excited to get it going and get it off the ground. So Copper Moon Marketing is the name of it. I named it after my horse, Kawani. So Kawani in Native American means Copper Moon. And I wanted to name this company after her. So that's what I came up with. And so I'll be sharing more about that a little bit later on. But other than that, I think that's it. So I hope you all are doing well. I encourage you guys, I'll just leave you with, think about one thing that you are grateful for and one thing that went well today. I've been trying to do that for myself too, and it has been just a nice little fun, positive thing to move your mind into a positive mindset. I'll leave you guys with that. I hope you're having a wonderful day or evening wherever you are, and we will talk soon.